Now, in your symmetric block ciphers, a block cipher encrypts the data in blocks or in groups. It says here a message is divided into blocks and put through mathematical functions, or what are called S boxes. S boxes. So these S boxes, also known as substitution boxes, this would be that mathematical function that the data is put through. I'm going to move forward a few slides and I'll show you what I mean here. So with DES is put through 16 rounds of encryption. Here's an algorithm. Now, again, I'm not showing what algorithm, I'm just saying a general algorithm. And so a message comes in, and this particular message looks like it's going to go through 12 rounds of encryption. So a message comes in, it goes through, we add in a key, we encrypt the data, and we get some ciphertext. But instead of just sending that message over, what we do is we take that ciphertext, we run it through an algorithm with a different key, and we generate ciphertext, and we do this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. In this case, 12 rounds. And again, it's just to add more randomness to this final ciphertext. So each time we run the message through this algorithm with a key, that's an S box, substitution box. Okay? So each one of these would be a different round of encryption. That's what we're talking about there. Okay. So those are those S boxes. So the algorithm dictates all the possible functions. How many times do we go through, and we run that information. And the keys determine which of those possibilities will be used and in what order. And we'll see the different ways we can do that. Each function performs different mathematical operations. So in other words, each S box could actually do something different with that data. Each X box could use a different key along with that data and should be using a different key along with that information. And ciphers should contain what's called confusion and diffusion. Confusion and diffusion. So it says strong algorithms make re-engineering them or reverse engineering them basically impossible. So if that means if I have some ciphertext, it should be almost impossible, or pretty much impossible, for me to reverse that. Okay. So this idea of confusion and diffusion. Confusion is avoiding statistical clues or normality. So we shouldn't have things within that within that key or within the ciphertext that will allow us to do frequency analysis, so to speak. So we shouldn't have repeating patterns where someone can say, hey, wait a minute, maybe this is the letter S right here, and what if I reverse this? Do I get the actual message? That's confusion, avoiding statistical clues or normalities where we can detect that. Now, there's also something called diffusion, which says ensuring that even minor changes to the input results in a major change to the output. Diffusion. I'll give an example of that. What we could do, and one of the things that actually is done when we encrypt data, let's say that I have a message, right? And we said that our message was 8 bits, but we said that this first key that we used was actually, in effect, too short. We only had a 4-bit key. Right? So in this case, instead of using the same key over and over again, what if I do this? I take my plain text message, and really my plain text message might have been even more, might have been even longer than that. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my plain text message, and if my key is only 4 bits, I'm going to break my plain text message into 4-bit blocks. This is block encryption. So that will be 4 bits. That's 4 bits. That's 4 bits. That's 4 bits. That's 4 bits, and that's 4 bits, and so on. So now, but the problem is we have this key that's only 4 bits, so we'll be using the same key over and over. Well, instead of using the same key over and over, and we said here diffusion, ensuring that even minor changes into the input result in major changes to the output. What if I do this? What if instead of using the same key over and over, I take this ciphertext and I use that ciphertext? Excuse me, I messed that up. 0, 1, 0, 0. So I take this ciphertext, and this ciphertext actually becomes the key for the next block of data. This is what's called cipher block chaining. Then I come down here, And again, I XOR this out 1, 1, 0, 1. And again, this ciphertext becomes the key for the next block of data. Okay? And then I XOR that out. And that would be 0, 0, 0, 0 actually. This key becomes the ciphertext, or the key, the ciphertext, pardon me, becomes the key for the next block of data. So now I would have 0, 0, 1, 0. And so what we do, again, now, any change, even a minor change into any of these inputs, results will chain or fall all the way down here. So again, I have this, and so this comes down here. And again, so I have 0, 1, 0, 1. And so if you notice, again, the resulting ciphertext is fed back in as the key to encrypt the next data. Excuse me, the resulting ciphertext is fed back in as the key for the next block of data. And we do this over and over and over again. This adds what's called diffusion. So even a minor change into the inputs, even if a minor change right here, maybe I change the key to a 1, that will prevent or now I'll have different ciphertext here, and that change will tumble all the way down through all of my other data. Okay? This is what's called cipher block chaining, and this is one of the modes of DES that we'll see later.